All right, good morning. Welcome back. Today we were talking about a bunch of different curriculums for neurodiverse children. So children who are advanced in math, children with ADHD, ODD, and autism. So these are, I guess you could say, the specialties of my children. So I thought I would bring them up to you and you could see what you like and what you don't like. First off, a very cool board game. This is Sum Swamp. So Sum Swamp's pretty cool. It's very simple. Roll the dice, then do the equations, and then move, and these are your little characters. So it's called Sum Swamp. Another activity that I wanted to bring up to you was Found It. Check this out. Open it up. All you do on this is great for, he's even 6 and he still loves it. He's been playing it since he was 4. So you pull it out, and it is something that is the same color as a flamingo. So then they have to just go find it in the house. That's it. That's how that game is done. That is it. It is called Found It, and it's a scavenger hunt. All right, so let's talk about our children and some math options. So neurodiverse kids, and I have 2 children that are neurodiverse, and one is very advanced in math, and one is not so advanced, if you will. Now, neither one of them like handwriting. One can do it better than the other, but they don't like it. They don't excel at it. So one of the things I did is, first of all, I started off with Math Mammoth and then went back to Math with Confidence and started at the beginning. And the reason I liked Math with Confidence at that time was just because it has the letters here. So I thought, okay, well, we're practicing the letters. He's not, I brought the grade 1 back to the kindergarten and started going through this. Now, the problem is that this is a great curriculum for children with ADHD because it's very dynamic. There's a lot of games you're playing with them. The lessons aren't long. The problem is that both children were too advanced for it. Even though their handwriting wasn't that great, both children, even though there's about a year to 2 years, 16 months separating them, were too advanced for this. So they went through it. So we went through it pretty quickly. We didn't finish it. And then I was like, you know what? I think I just got to switch back to Math Mammoth. Now, let me show you a bit inside Math Mammoth. This is the reason I like it. I like it for my child with autism because it's not as dynamic. So look at how it is. Like, which is more? The greater than? The greater than. You're always eating the bigger number. Okay, so it's I circled up. So this is how it starts because this is grade 1. So it starts 2 groups in a total. So you need to make 2 groups. 1 in one group, and then how many would be in the other group. So it's very... you can do 1 page a day. And when they get to be a lot of equations, you don't have to do even the whole page. And as I said before, I use markers to make dots if you can't make numbers. Or usually they just tell me the answers. I just sit with them and they just tell me the answers. So then look at this. This is addition. So you're just learning the symbols. So you don't have to do all these. If your kid gets it, I just have them do 2 or pick out 4 out of this box that they want to do. And then they've knocked off math for the day. Because you can even do that year round. It's not hard. Hey, pick out 3 questions from here. Okay, so this starts at a grade 1 level. This starts at kindergarten level. Another option you could do is Beast Academy. Beast Academy it's like a cartoon. It's got some interesting pages. One child loves it. The ADHD, ODD child likes it. The other child, the autistic one, doesn't. I think it's just a little it's too dynamic for the one child, right? So there's also other options you can do as well. Charlotte Mason has the arithmetic books. They're pretty cool too. So they focus on 1 number a day. Like, okay, 11, make 11 with this. Make 11 with coins, make it with change. Now, what I do if I had all the money in the world, I would buy that as well and use that. But what I do instead to supplement is because we do Math Mammoth, but the ODD ADHD child is pretty advanced and he's on grade 3 or 4. Even though he's in kindergarten, he's doing grade 3 or 4 math. But I do it a special way. I'll just look at, and so I start teaching multiplication and then I'll look up online, I'll search YouTube like, hey, how do I teach multiplication? And then it'll say, okay, you start with 2 equal groups and it will teach me. And then I'll watch some kid videos on how to multiply, like Homeschool Pop. I will watch some of those and then have my kids watch some of those so that we're getting these skills, even though we're slowly making our way through this book. But it's not even that slow that we're making it through because now it's like, okay, so today we're like, okay, adding on a number line. I just need to make sure that even, the super quick one on math knows how to do this. So 5 plus 2. So it's like, okay, on the number line. So here, 5 plus 3 You start at 5, you add 3 more, that so they understand how to use the number line. So they don't have to do the whole thing. I just need to know that they understand it and that they can do it. And again, this is supposed to be mastery, but if you go back, you don't have to do all the answers. You can go back and redo some of them as well, just to make sure. Another thing to do if you have a child that isn't that great at math is the math songs. If you look up math songs and you just look up, say, adding doubles, put in adding doubles kid songs on YouTube and you'll find a bunch of catchy ones to watch. And you can just download them and listen to them in the car and watch the videos of them at home or whatever in the morning while you're getting ready. Okay, so another thing we do, and again, this is mostly for the really advanced child, is, so I pick up a collection of different math problems each day we go over. So there's a few different ones I like to use, or I pick up, like for example, I showed him this multiplication table and I was like, okay, look, if you do 5 and 5, you get 25. So this is just kind of like, just to show him some stuff. This is one today we did, it's a mystery. Which animal is the mystery number? So it's not 8 plus 5, it's not 6 plus 6. And then you go through and cross it all until you find it. So they just, one a day of these different problems. 5 kids are on the bus, 3 more got on. How many kids? So just using different methods of, and these are some for the future that I have, which are, what's the missing add-in? Okay, let's be a detective and figure it out. And then, another problem of the day. Mark has 10 puppies. He gives his friend 3 puppies. But then also, I got to make this bigger, but reading a graph. So doing different things, different ways of doing math and learning different things. And that's one of the reasons I love the math game Prodigy. It's free, or Boddle, Boddle. They're both free. I have them on, you can get them on the computer. You could play the Prodigy, or even on the iPad, you can play. Anyway, so you could play them. And what they do though, is they teach different types of questions. Do you know what I mean? So that's just using your brain in a different way when it comes to math. Since one of them really excels at, the one that doesn't excel, we kind of stick with this. But the other one, I just keep feeding it as challenges because he loves challenges. So while we were having lunch, he's like, hey, I want to play, if he wants to play an education game on his iPad, or he wants to do something on his iPad, I'm like, okay, I need you to solve this challenge with me. And then he'll do one, because this is fact families. He'll do one, and then I'll do one, and he'll do one, and I'll do one. So there's a lot of different ways you can do that. It's just very dynamic and very, it changes a lot, and it focuses on mental math. Here's another one. Look at these doubles. Okay, so what would be the next number after these, right? So it's using it. Now he is only 5. No, he just turned 6. So it may seem to some children that may be very difficult, but he thrives on challenges. My ADHD child thrives on challenges, but again, none of them are great at handwriting, but you don't have to be to get through this world. You don't. Especially with computer and how these things are going. And I'm not going to push that till they're a bit older. Then we can work on handwriting, just so that I know they have the basics. But I'm not going to let that slow me down or their education down. So those are just some additional things that I add in on top of that, and the way I work the program and work some math in for them. So I hope that helped, and I hope you got some interesting ideas. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And please watch a video, because I make $20 a month from YouTube. But every commercial you watch, it really does help me, and I really appreciate it. And if you subscribe, it makes me feel like I have friends. So thank you. Can you say, please like and subscribe?
Please like you like.
And hit the bell for notifications.
Hit the bell for notifications.